Now, man, that was awesome predictions. I know you guys are all like, whoa, how did he do that? It's like he knows. No, I'm just kidding. I know you guys aren't thinking that. You guys are probably thinking, wow, he's really going to do that. As you see here, a little supply block there from Kas, 54, 54, and there's that phrase that I hate saying so much, but I do say all the time, and that's, as we can see here, it's like, there it is, there's the stuff, you see it, of course. And Robotics Bay coming up, I'm gonna set a goal for myself. I'm gonna not say, as we can see here, at all for the rest of this game. I cannot guarantee the series though. And here we have some sentries and a couple zealots coming out taking these rocks. Interesting enough, I think he might be going for a blink play, maybe. I mean, I don't see why he would do that. I mean, he could easily blink stalkers down here and then up here, because he could plant an observer just right up here, blink here, right into the middle line. Really good harassment for any of you who do not. For any Protoss players who do not do that, I highly recommend doing that, because if you can blink straight into the middle line right away, it's going to catch the Terran player really off guard, I feel, especially if you're lower leagues like me. I know if I was playing and then all of a sudden bam, blink stalkers in my mineral line on Shakur's Plateau, I'd just be like, oh, I hope that guy wasn't watching my videos, because then that means I brought it upon myself. And just great harass opportunities. You see here the Zealot is chasing this Marine that was scouting for pylons earlier. Oh man, that must have been a fun little encounter. It's like, he's scouting around, finds a pylon, he's like, HQ, this is Private Namol. Reporting in. Report in, Private Namol. Found a Protoss pylon. Taking advisory action. Okay. Very well, Private. Advisory actions. Take out pylon. Okay. Starts shooting the pylon. Now suddenly he hears this funny noise. Like, what's that? Turns around. There's a Zealot being warped in. He's finished warps in. They kind of just stare at each other for like 30 seconds. Oh, well, he dies. They kind of stare at each other for like a couple seconds. And then that's when the Marine hears a voice inside of his head that all it is says, run. Like, much obliged. Starts running. But then he decides to stop running, and now we can see he's just a splat of blood on the ground. This drop is coming in to take out that pylon. Looks like they're going to take this pylon out as well. Zealot is not going to fare too well against that army. This is really good for, even if the pylons are taken out, this is really good for WhiteRa, because he knows that drop is going to come in, so he can be prepared for it. And you can see here, WhiteRa pushing out with 4 stalkers, an immortal, 4 zealots, and 2 colossus, 3 more stalkers, putting a forward pylon, so he's ready to take in some pressure, or put on some pressure. Here we see Kas, he's getting his wall established there with supply depots, and these colossus are just going to range. This is the first time that Kas is learning about colossus on throughout the entirety of this game, and they are just engaging this bio in the back. There are only 3 medevacs, but they don't really seem to be doing much. Great force fields. They're going to separate. They're going to split the army in 2. All the zealots except for this one is dead. This one's actually hold position and he's dying. More great force fields spreading out the army, and SCVs were forced to be pulled off the line. They're trying to make sure they get the repair on that bunker, but a lot of them are going down at the same time. Third Colossus comes in, but the one does die, and Stalkers Colossus versus 2 Marauders and a handful of SCVs. Well, quite a bit of SCVs actually that are repairing a bunker. Here you can see the Vikings going to come in. They're going to try and pick off this Colossus, but the Stalkers do come in as well and are able to take out. Looks like the drop is going to come in here for Kas onto WhiteRa's expansion. He has single Marauder and Marines in there. He is going to lose quite a bit of probes by the looks of it, and going to be able to stop these Stalkers from coming in. And looks like Kas is forced to lift his orbital command. Hopefully this isn't going to be a base race scenario. Of course, one drop is not going to be able to be a base race scenario. Kas is still cleaning up quite a bit, and looks like this orbital command might go. No, it's not. It's going to be repaired. And the third actually was built for Kas. He's establishing the orbital command right now. I think he might have just built it thinking that, oh crap, I am going to need I might actually need this just in case. Colossus is coming in the back, just ranging this barracks. Vikings trying to pick off everything, and looks like the Colossus and Zealots are able to clean up this drop there from Kas. And now WhiteRa is going to fall back. I love this a lot from WhiteRa. You know, it's with the Artosis philosophy. What Artosis and Day 9 always emphasize is if you're ahead, get more ahead. You know, you don't have to go for this death blow right here. You don't have to end the game yet. What if you don't really know what's back there, especially when you don't have observers? For all you know, there could be, you know, quite a bit of army that was built up and ready to go, and it could take out your entire army before you know you're a little in trouble. And the Stalker's actually catching that medevac and going to deny even more healing, which is annoying for Kas because, you know, he's concentrating solely on Viking production. So the fact that he only has one medevac as opposed to two now, it's not good at all. And looks like WhiteRa is kind of committing to a 2-base Colossus push here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gates, 1 Robo, 2 Nexus. Yeah, that's pretty kind of not necessarily all inish play, but like a definite 2-base timing kind of play that he's doing, and he's going to rely on. So if this army does manage to somehow get cleaned up by Kas, WhiteRa's not going to be in an exactly good position. But just looking at the supply differences right now, 121 to 67, definitely not in favor for Kas. As we see here, the Stalkers are going to move forward. They're going to decide, no, they see a bunker, they're like, do not want. A lot of Vikings out here. The Stalkers are trying to focus down the Vikings, takes out 2. The shields for this Colossus is taken out, and that was a fully healthy Colossus, full health Colossus, so, you know, able to wound it quite a bit there. And as you see here, these Colossus just ranging out some bio and missile turrets. The Vikings are coming in. There's only 5 Vikings on the field right now, and you know, WhiteRa just, you know, poking in at Kas, kind of doing a little harass, making it hard for Kas to really, you know, keep focusing on what he needs to get done. And what happened to all these barracks over here? Oh, they're put on these attachments, these add-ons, I think. 4th Colossus comes in, so it's 4 Colossus versus 4 Colossus, 1 Immortal, 15 Stalkers, 4 Sentries, and 14 Zealots, versus 7 Vikings, 7 Marauders, and 8 Marines. So yeah, this is in no way favoring Kas. I would not be surprised to see if this final death push coming in from Kas will be the end of it. As we can see here, Stalkers trying to focus down the Vikings, but there are a lot of Vikings. They're going to be able to clean up these Colossus right away, but at what cost? Because the entire army, the entire bio there for Kas is just being destroyed by the Colossus. It doesn't even matter if there's a lot of Vikings. They're not even going to be able to take it out. There's the GG from Kas. WhiteRa takes the game takes this series to 2-1 right now. Stick around for game number 4. If you guys want to make sure that you do get to game number 4, subscribe to my channel and just be right in front. You don't have to look for it or anything. You might be on this video just like, oh great, it's over now. You know, what if it's not in the recommended videos? What if it's not bar? What if it's not like in the videos to watch next thing that comes up after the after a YouTube video is done? You know, what if all that stuff? Well, you know, you don't have to worry about it if you subscribe, because you can just go to YouTube and see the entire series right there on your homepage in your subscribers box. But of course, you know, that's just me trying to get subscribers, because it's always awesome when people subscribe to me. I'm just like, oh my god, you guys are so awesome when you subscribe to me. I just a little giddy inside. So this will be taken to game number 4. Make sure you stick around to see it. My name is Nerdcraft. I will see you then. Okay. 3, 2. Hello one and all, this is Nerdcraft here, bringing you game number 3 out of a best of 5 series. Here, spawning on the lower left-hand corner of the Shakuras Plateau is our blue Terran player, EmpireKas, and here spawning on the lower right-hand corner is our red Protoss player, WhiteRa, who currently has home field advantage. Not where this event was played, because this event was played in Ukraine, so they both actually have home field advantage from where their positions are, but WhiteRa is Protoss. And ever since Ire fell to the Zerg Swarm, the Kala had to actually relocate to where the Dark Templar are currently residing because of a banishment, and that is Shakuras. So Protoss here playing on their home field. They'll have home field advantage, and that will not actually cause any sort of advantage from the Protoss player. For the Protoss player. I just like to think about that. But man, talk about ballsy for this Terran to just, you know, land a command center on Shakuras and be like, yeah, we're gonna take your minerals, we're gonna take your gas, and if you even dare stop us, we will kill you. So yeah, ballsy to say that to Protoss, because I think out of all the races, Protoss would be the last ones I would want to mess with, just because they're so freaking awesome. They can warp in whatever they feel like. They can warp in wherever they have either a warp prism or a pylon, and they can, they can communicate through their minds telekinetically, and they have super awesome psionic powers like psionic storm and psionic cloaking. That's how Dark Templar actually cloak. They use psionic power to do that. For those who do not know that. Which means that EMPs don't actually make sense when they decloak Dark Templar. But hey, who's to argue with Blizzard when they got that much money? And the Zealots, they actually have psionic blades. Their blades aren't actually like lightsabers like they look like, but they're actually just like pure concentrated psionic energy. Oh my god, they're so Protoss is so freaking cool. I play as Terran, but I used to play as Protoss, so it's so freaking cool. And as we can see here, I don't know what incited WhiteRa to check that out, but he actually went over there to see if there was another barracks being built. It's kind of like Executor Tassadar whispered into his ear, "Look for a forward barracks." Actually, no, the only reason he put a probe over here is because he was going to sit him right over here and probably put in just get ready to put a pylon in or something to get early warp gates if he feels like. As we see here, he's not opting for an early expansion like he had been in those last two games. Terminus RE, he was really able to take advantage of that because it was cross positions on the largest map of in the entire competition pool, in the entire competitive map pool. So, he took advantage of that and just went straight for Nexus first. Tall Dream, another really large map. He kind of took a gamble on that, saying that, like, oh man, nice joke move from that SCV. Did you see that? He's running after me. He's like, oh, stopped. And this Zealot and SCV are dancing. The Zealot's just like, come dance with me, dance with me. I want to hold your lovely body. I'm trying to do, I went from like trying to do a Spanish accent to doing a really bad Russian accent. It's like, oh yes, hold me. I want to feel your body. It's like, ugh, whoa, what kind of Zealot is that? And like I was saying though earlier, Tall Dream Alter, he did take a bit of a gamble in that, in the sense that if Kas was spawned closer to WhiteRa, WhiteRa was going to have a little bit harder time, keeping off pressure, but at the same time, he's just like, freaking WhiteRa can do it. And if he did get cross positions, hey, he's ahead, because he saw that Kas wasn't going to do an early expansion at all. And as you can see here, there's the, I knew there was a probe there, seeing that there's this little pressure coming in, but Kas decides to leave a Marine at the tower and go scout around the planet on the map. This is kind of like the tour guide. This is the tour committee. This is the tour guide right there, and these two are married. These two are a happily married couple, and they are on their honeymoon in Shakuris, and they're just giving a tour of the planet. This is where it's like, and just straight ahead you will see the second expansion for the upper left-hand spawning location. And okay, everyone, I'm glad you enjoyed this tour. Be sure to recommend our hotel. Make sure to recommend Hotel Kas to all your friends. And WhiteRa is actually gonna get his expansion, putting a pylon there and a robotics bay. 4 sentries, 2 zealots, a stalker. Looks like he's just going to go out here, take that Xel'Naga tower. He knows that there's something by the Xel'Naga tower because the pressure didn't come, so he's like, oh, must have just stayed by that Xel'Naga tower. I'm going to go take this one in case he tries something sneaky like a drop. And this expansion is going to finish up right